Well, hello there. Thank you for joining us here at Coolest Life. My name is Tony, and I'm here to talk to you about a few things. In fact, I got a list here I'm going to talk to you about right here in my fingers. Um, Main topic of this one here is what can masonry do for you, and why should you join? I'm going to give you my credentials here in just a little bit about, and understand that these are my own opinions and what I have found about being a member of masonry. But you can take what you need, and maybe even send this video to friends of yours, and like this video if you can, because it really helps the logarithm as far as getting the information out to other people so that they can take advantage of the information in this video. So if you find it helpful, so come along with this, because you just entered the Coolest Life Masonic Edition. So a little bit about me. I joined Masonry back in. I was raised in 2013. That just means that I became a Master Mason in 2013. 2018, I was Master of my first lodge. 2019, I was Master of my second lodge. And all along, I became kind of a ritualist in a sense, where I learned some of the lectures and I learned some of the different things that we memorize within Masonry, as far as openings, closings, initiations, passings, raisings, and some of the lectures that go on in the middle of all that. I also joined Scottish Rite. I was the Valley Secretary there at Scottish Rite for 3 years. I joined the Shrine. I was the Vice President of our local Shrine Club, and then I was actually asked to be involved in our outside leadership group, but I declined because it was an hour drive one way for me to even go to meetings. They wanted me there twice a month, and I wasn't in a position to do that. Next one, I joined York Rite. I've held the highest office in all three bodies at our local level: High Priest, Venerable Master, and Commander of the Order Commandery. I was also involved in one thing about Scottish Rite. I was in the Knights of St. Andrew. I was a commander of Knights of St. Andrew. That being said, with all those credentials that I just had, I want to give you some of my experiences, what I've found from it, and try to give you some ideas of what Masonry can do for you as an individual and your family. Um, Self-confidence. That's one thing that Masonry can definitely help you with. Some of the things that we do through our teaching has to do with learning certain things, and you will surprise yourself. I assure you will. You'll surprise yourself just of what exactly you can memorize. People say, "Well, my memory's terrible," blah blah. Whatever. It takes practice. It's not easy, but it is simple. It's it takes practice and some dedication, but I assure you, you will surprise yourself. And if you did nothing more but get yourself more self-confident in Masonry, let me tell you, it's worth it. It's totally worth it to just get that. Um, I know it's definitely helped my brother. I've got a brother who I love dearly, who became a Mason 4 years ago. I think it's definitely helped his self-confidence. Um, I like to think that once he joined Masonry, it helped him have enough confidence to take the next step in his job, and now he's a supervisor at a plant where he works at in Indiana. Uh, I like to think that Masonry really helped him, because I don't know if he would have taken that position had he not had the self-confidence to do it. He is not a public speaker whatsoever. I kind of am a little bit. Definitely not afraid to speak in front of people, but he always has. It's just been a fear of his. Um, but it's one of those things, you grow up with the same parents and sort of the same experiences, but you're so different as you are with your brothers and sisters if you have those. The other thing you're going to get in Masonry is brotherhood. You're going to get a brotherhood bond with others. It's kind of like being, if you're ever in war and you participate in a big project, you get a bond with those people that you participated in, whether that be in a foxhole, just running a project, or whatever it might be. You get a bond with those people, and it's kind of the same thing through our initiations, our passings, and our raisings. You get that bond with people, and you realize that the people that are uh, doing those that are putting on this degree are taking time out of their day away from their families, and are memorizing a lot of this that they're telling you, And so it's pretty impressive, and it gives you some big shoes to step in. The other thing I would say is leadership skills. We encourage you in Masonry to get involved, uh, either start a project, either a fundraiser project, or maybe it is helping out in the kitchen. Maybe it is uh, becoming an officer, so where you're organizing people to help you get tasks completed, and to include moving up through the ranks and eventually maybe becoming master of the lodge, which is definitely a leadership position. Let me tell you. So leadership skills, you could develop those here in Masonry. So that's always a huge fringe benefit. But I will say this: you need to take the initiative to go through and accept those positions and want to better yourselves and better the brotherhood and better the lodge that you're in while you're there. So you definitely need to do that. Um, you also get a sense of community. A lot of lodges will put on Boston butt sales, or they'll do dinner theaters. They may have a breakfast that they serve there at their lodge, and actually invite the community to come and eat breakfast. So, of course, you charge for that, and so you're actually doing a fundraiser, but the community itself is involved. You might raise money for a scholarship, and try to get some publicity out of that scholarship, and maybe actually go to that school and present that scholarship, which I highly encourage that lodges should do. Is when they do presentations of scholarships, actually do them at the college facility, not in their lodge, to help give them some advertising for the lodge in the community, not just a line on a piece of paper. But you get that sense of community. And the other thing that I definitely love is the ability to travel. That I might travel in foreign countries, work for, receive master's wages. So I like to being able to travel. Being able to travel, what does that do? I get my dues card, so I can go to other jurisdictions, also known as states in the U.S. I can go to other states and go travel and visit other jurisdictions and actually sit in lodge with them in most states. Not all states. California still, well, I'm going to say this, California still got a little chip on their shoulders because they don't like something that we have in our bylaws for our state. So they won't let us visit in a tiled meeting. I have visited in a tiled meeting, but that's their rule of thumb, is they won't let you do that. So it's something that California won't allow. Not that Georgia won't allow it. Georgia still says anybody from California can come visit their lodges, but California won't let you do that. So I'm not real happy with the state of jurisdiction of California for that reason, because they're trying to force a belief and trying to force us into changing our morals and ethics of what we believe to suit them. And I don't think any jurisdiction should do that to another jurisdiction and jeopardize the brotherhood. But I will say that traveling, you can go to other lodges, and you got your dues card, so you can go visit those lodges. And even that, when you go visit those lodges, you still have a sense of brotherhood. Even though this is the first time you've ever met those brothers, you get the same experiences. You've got lodge meetings, and you're doing fundraisers, and you're doing the same thing that you did back home in your home lodge, but you're able to do that and participate. So while you travel, you can visit those brothers, and you've got a sense of camaraderie immediately, because you came through the initiation, you're passing, and you're raising, going through your first 3 degrees, and so you've got that experience not with them, but you get the same kind of experience. It's just like someone says, "Yeah, I fought in Iraq," and the other guy says, "Oh, I fought in Iraq too. Where were you?" And well, I wasn't nowhere near you. Maybe it wasn't even the same time frame, but you had the same kind of experiences. And that's what you get in Masonry. That is tough to find any place else except another fraternity. Because understand something, Masonry is a fraternity. It's not a sorority. It's not a club. It's not a legion. It's a fraternity. It's not something that just someone from off the street can just walk in, decide to join, and the very next day they're a member, like you can with, we call them the animal clubs, lions, elks, moose, the animal clubs. Nothing wrong with those animal clubs. Let me just say that first. There's a lot of members that are Masons who are members of those animal clubs. Not a problem with them, but they're not a fraternity. Okay, understand that. There's a difference. And once you join Masonry, you realize that really quick. Well, I hope this helps answer some of the questions you might have about Masonry. Maybe convinces you to maybe take that next step and maybe to venture out, and maybe you want to help your self-confidence, or you want that sense of brotherhood, or you want that sense of community that you're just not getting someplace else, but you can get that with Masonry. And don't think that your family can't be involved, because they can. There's lots of events that Masons put on that their families are invited to. Most of our dinners are open to the family that we have before every meeting. Now, they can't stay for a regular meeting, but they can come visit and break bread with the other brothers and other families that are there. So hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, because it definitely helps the channel, especially those little thumbs ups. I'm going to let you go, because I didn't get back out here living the coolest life, Masonic edition.